So this next song is about how when you go out in the woods and take a walk and you bring something to drink and you walk around in the woods and space out and look around, and maybe after a while you look around and you start to see faces in beyond you, like faces of people that maybe people you forgot about, or people who are dead, or some girl that you had met a while back, or some old friend who you fell out of touch with after 7th grade when you were 14, and he always kind of fascinated you because he was sort of like the bad kid, but he had the mystique of the bad kid, and you were sort of gawky, not, you know, whatever, and but we were friends, even though you were sort of like the dorky nice one, and he was like the intense, you know, dark kid, and the last you'd heard, he was selling drugs with a Mexican gang in Tucson, and he would appear in your dreams frequently, because, like, you know, maybe you're just curious what he was up to or what he would think about what you were doing, and so then he turns up on Facebook. You spent a lot of time Googling him, and you could never find him on Google. You even found somebody with the same name who was this right age who also drew comics and skateboarded, which is what he was into, but that turned out not to be him. When you looked more closely at the kid's live journal entries, it just didn't make sense, and it turned out it was not him. And so then you felt weird because you were looking at some random dude's and journal entries online, and so you waited, and then Facebook showed up, and so you joined Facebook, and the first thing you did was look for your friend, and you found him, and then you added him as a friend, and then you had to make your profile, and that was this weird experience because you still feared his judgment from 7th grade, you know, like whether he thought it was cool to, you know, listen to Fish or Kurt Cobain or something, but maybe now he was all of a sudden, like last week he did, and now he's into Public Enemy, he was actually listening to Public Enemy in 5th grade, which I think is amazing. So then maybe he appears in the distance in the woods as you're walking around, and then maybe you look up at the trees and you see some relatives, like maybe a grandmother, and who, for those of you who are here in November, you know she also is on Facebook, which is also kind of intense, and turned up on the Facebook chat yesterday. See, this is a new development. The people who are here in November know that when I told you guys my grandmother joined Facebook and she added me as a friend, and I had no idea who she was because I just call her Grandma, not Frances, which is her first name. And now she's on Facebook, and that was weird enough. You know, she'd write on my wall like, "Hey, nice hat," but now she actually turned up on the chat like, "Hey, you there?" You know, I'm just, you know, cleaning the house. It was really crazy. And so then you look up in the sky because you kind of are just done looking at the faces in the woods. So you look up at the sky and you see some stars because you're drinking wine and it's at nighttime, and you see stars and you see clouds, and the clouds are in the shape of people maybe that you know, and that's so you look somewhere else. So. I wish to the Lord that I'll never been born, or that when I was young, never would have guessed your red ruby lips, or heard your lying tongue. Of the green, green grass that's trampled underfoot will rise and bloom again. But love, it is a killing thing. Did you ever feel such pain? What do you say, push-ups? Is that constant, or is that like that? Thanks.